Athletics from Rome. That's here on BBC1, as we now join Desmond Lynham.
At last, the big fight is underway. You're about to see Lloyd Honeyghan's third defence of his world welterweight title. Lloyd Honeyghan defends the World Championship against Gene Hatcher in Spain tonight. In Rome this afternoon, there were only two ringside, Harry Carpenter.
And so, on a warm and sticky night, and 24 hours after it was scheduled, this fight takes place in this Spanish bull ring, under the stars, and Honeyghan comes to work to defend his world title for the third time against Gene Mad Dog Hatcher of the United States. A man who only knows how to come forward. And Hatcher does indeed come forward, and they clash head-on, as we thought they would. Jean Desvet, the Belgian referee, clearly in no mood to stand any nonsense early on. Well, everybody knows that Hatcher is the sort of fighter who comes to fight, but he's over. The first punch, Honeyghan's thrown, and Hatcher's all over the shop, and he may not get much further. What an amazing start. This man, Honeyghan, is really turning on the works as world champion. And if Hatcher survives this, it's a miracle. He's gone. He's absolutely out on the ropes. It's finished. There is no further fight. It's all over in about half a minute. And Hatcher isn't up yet. Honeyghan, in the Spanish bull ring, has applied the sword in the most dramatic way to Gene Hatcher, and that is not a good sight. Hatcher is not up yet. That is the most astonishing World Championship win in years, and it's been done by a British champion. Lloyd Honeyghan, 27 years old, in his 31st fight, and that's his 31st win, and there haven't been many more dramatic world title wins than that. Full marks to Honeyghan, but one feels disturbed for the welfare of 28-year-old Gene Hatcher. His father bending over his head. His father is his trainer. Mad scenes around Honeyghan. One would wish for a little more concern for the welfare of Hatcher. And he's still out. The first punch that Honeyghan threw got him, and he was a helpless target on the ropes from that moment. Well, these are the most astounding scenes. Honeyghan's third defence of that title. He stopped Johnny Bumpus in 2 rounds at Wembley in February. He appointed the Tor Morris blocker at the Albert Hall in April. And now, an even more dramatic win than he achieved when he won the title over Don Curry last year. Hatcher, thank goodness, is conscious, but only just. Here we go again. This was the lightning strike of all times. Hatcher got the first blow in, came forward looking for him, got another one in, and that really was about all that Hatcher achieved in this fight, because the moment Honeyghan struck, it was over. Honeyghan, who came into the ring in a shimmering matador's cape, and he's done the matador's job here. Hatcher furiously intent on coming forward and making a fight of it. That was the first left. It was the left hook and then the swinging right hand. As Hatcher reeled away from the left hook, the big right got him. And it was a miracle, really, that he beat the count at that point. And meanwhile, Hatcher still being attended to by his father, by his manager, Dave Gorman, and by a doctor. Well, Hatcher had no further chance after that big right hand. He made such a brave start. There was the right swing again. That wasn't the finish of the fight because the brave man actually got up almost instantaneously. And then there was the mandatory 8 count. And from that moment, Hatcher's fate was sealed because Honeyghan was in storming mood and he took him to the ropes. And there he went to work on him in grim and dramatic fashion. And Hatcher could do nothing about it. He was out on the ropes. He was unconscious, I think, round about this point. And the referee, to his credit, came in fast enough. In fact, Honeyghan, I think, realized that it was over and turned away. He didn't want to do any more. And the best side of all is that Hatcher has been propped up on a stool and seems to be reasonably okay at the moment. But it's too early to say. And Honeyghan goes to him to commiserate with him and to see how he is. So Hatcher has come all this way from the United States, former world light welterweight champion, and now destroyed in something like 30 seconds or maybe even less by Lloyd Honeyghan. Congratulations on that. That's the most sensational win I think I've ever seen.
Thank you, Harry. To make a change, I'm knocking them out a bit earlier in the first one than Bruno, doesn't it?
Just give me your account of that fight. It didn't last too long, so it won't take you too long.
No, well, I told my trainer, Bobby, that I was going to knock him out in 1 round. I'm not here to joke around, and I want to really put on a good show for all the fans that turn over and come over here to see me fight. So I want to put on a good show. And Gene Hatcher been saying...
Just getting your applause.
Gene Hatcher been saying in the papers back in London that he's going to knock me out because it's nice to have a white champion and all that, which I think that was ridiculous to say. You understand things that upset me, Harry. But the punch I hit him with was knock anyone out.
He came to you, he tried to take the fight to you. You were expecting that.
I was expecting that, and it did exactly as I expected him to do, Harry. So I just throw the right hand that we've been practicing in the gym. I was just practicing on the pad with my trainer, Bobby, before I come out, and this was the first thing that I threw. That was it.
We were all a bit concerned for him. He looked a bit bad. What was your impression?
Well, you know, I was so excited, but after I calmed down for a few seconds, I came over and told him sorry about it, you know. I was sorry, but it was boxing, but I just told him I was sorry that he got hurt like that, you know.
Do you think that's the best performance you've ever achieved?
Yeah, it's one of the best. I don't think it's the best one. I think I've done better.
You've done better?
It's one of the best knockouts, so.
Right. But you must feel a bit sorry for Hatcher. I mean, he tried to take the fight to you and didn't work.
He came to fight, Harry. He came straight at me to fight, and I caught him with that right hand, and that was trying to have knocked anyone out, and the fight was all over. After that, I just went over and said to him that I'm very sorry that he got hurt like that. I feel sorry. I just said sorry, you know.
You've been cooped up in your room for the last 24 hours waiting for this to take place.
Yeah, I've been cooped up. Well, it's not just for the last 24 hours. I've been cooped up in my room for 10 weeks now. I've been in my room cooped up. So it's not just here. It's in the States for the 2 months training I've done over there. The 2 weeks I had here. So I've been cooped up in my room. And this is what you've got to do if you want to remain champion of the world.
Well, we waited an extra day, and it lasted precisely 48 seconds. Former world champion Alan Minter looking along with us. What did you make of that? You can't ask much more than that of a champion, I guess.
He did what he had to do, Honeyghan. In fact, I think he's getting better and better. He's getting stronger and stronger, more determined. He's believing in himself. But I can only say that Gene Hatcher was probably only a light welterweight, and there was a big difference in weight. I mean, I think Honeyghan is struggling at the welterweight limit now.
You think
And
he'll
so
move up?
I think there's chance of him to. I think he's probably powerful enough to unify the two titles, the light middle and the welter.
And go for sort of Mike McCallum, who just beat Don Curry, the man that he's beaten.
Yes, I think so. But there's still one man for Honeyghan to tackle. That's Starling, who's very good.
Marlon Starling's got the other version.
Starling holds the other version of the title, and that's the man I think he'll have to fight before he thinks of going up a weight, if he does think about it.
We watched Lloyd Honeyghan for some years before he got this great fame and this World Championship status. Did you dream he would be this good?
I've known Honeyghan for a long time, and I honestly believe that he would maybe win a European title, obviously get a crack at the world title, but not stay the champion as long as he has, and doing what he's doing. I mean, he's getting better and better and more determined, and as he says just now, that's what boxing's all about, to stay there for as long as you can.
Sure. He's got that arrogance of a champion, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think, you know, I thought beforehand that he was a little bit cocky, like, and so did a lot of other people, but he's proving that he's a good and determined fighter and be around for a long time.
Well, we haven't had too many world champions who've defended successfully 3 times, although Jim Watt did and John Conti did.
That's right.
One of his great assets is his training, isn't it? He takes it
yeah, I
seriously,
mean,
to say the least.
he just said there that he's been locked away for so many weeks. He doesn't sort of mingle with the crowds. He wants to be 100% fit every time he fights, and he's going back to the old school, what fighters used to do years ago. True champions don't mingle with the public until after you've won, and which he's won tonight. So I think he'll have a good celebration, and which he deserves it.
Certainly.
Which he deserves.
Party time in Marbella.
That's right, nice champagne.
Thanks, Alan. More from you in due course. Now, 2 months ago, Frank Bruno won a fight but lost some fans. His opponent on that night in June, Chuck Gardner, was woefully inadequate. He had no place in the same ring as Bruno and was dispatched in the first round with the first punch thrown. The outcome could have been could have been even worse, I should say. We feared for the American's health on that occasion too. Tonight, Bruno's opponent is Reggie Gross, a substitute. However, this man's record is realistic. But once again, Bruno finds himself in some kind of no-win situation. Here's what happened.
Hands in front, both elbows, take them back, break fast, open up that chest, and then we swivel round to the sides. Woo! And then back again. What was it, 90 seconds since I've seen you last night?
Yeah, I'm going to work 40 seconds.
Oh, you only work up to 40 seconds, and then it's knockout time. Hands on your hips, single waist. How long do you train for normally? A day? Just a day?
Well, for a day, about 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Don't go back to bed on hearing that. Well, in which case, we'll step this up a little. Clasp your hands lightly, and we'll lean over to our sides. Are you still there, Lloyd? You've gone quiet. Other side.
You're doing me in.
No. Keep up, Lloyd.
Give me
Up
the
with each
opponent.
knee. And it's the opposite elbow on the knee. Now, Mike Morris will do this when he's practicing for his football, Lloyd. Could he keep up?
I think you could do me at the moment.
Feet together, come on down and crouch. Well balanced. Straighten your legs, reach for your toes. Come on down. Reach for your toes. And for all that running we're going to do on Sunday, we really need to lunge down.
Stretch.
And
Pull your
stretch.
muscle.
Change. Now, last time you came in, Lloyd, we worked on the tummy.
That's
You
right.
had some excellent tummy exercise. Come on
Right.
down. You haven't finished yet. And it's opposite elbow again. Is this the way you always sit
I'll do
up?
like
And
this.
we keep up here. Oh, Lloyd! You didn't tell me about this one. Exhale as you do this. Okay, Lloyd. Can
Let's
you
go.
do this one? Come on. Hup, hup. Woo. Oh, well done. Well, we'll just carry on for the rest of the programme. See you
Bye-bye.
Sunday.